Hi, did you miss us? It's been a while. We go long today, as you can see, and you'll never guess how long it takes us to actually get on topic with racing talk.
Once we finally do, we look at some IndyCar stuff. NASCAR has a whole lot of drama going on, even though they're not in season. And we got two races left in the Formula One season. And by the way, I've been banished.
And on top of that, we said back in October, Max is going to win it all, won't he? We'll talk about that more right now. Welcome to the season finale of FR Racing's Garage Talk. I'm DJ Flook.
I'm Eric Richardson.
I had to think about how to do the intro there for a second because we've been off for like technically a month, not counting our live stream last week, which we haven't done one of those in like 7 months.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this. It's weird.
It's This is the first time I mean, clearly Eric is recording at night because he has been banished to the outside.
Yeah, I'm outdoors on the patio. I can't have my computer, so I'm on my phone.
So at least it's Florida. Like Florida in late November, a lot better than Michigan in late November, typically, especially northern Michigan.
Yeah, from what it sounds like, if I was where I was last year, we'd be getting ready for a winter storm warning and like over a foot of snow
You
over
need
the
a
next like 24 to 48 hours.
you need a snow shovel and a parka to do this show outside.
Yeah, today I was actually outside walking around parts of Disney World and resort hopping, checking out their Christmas decorations in 82-degree weather.
There you go. It was
It's
75
gonna
here.
get cold. It's gonna get to like 65 here in a couple days.
It was 75 here today, and the only time I went outside was to go get dinner. That was it. I didn't even open my window today. I'm like, is it even sunny out? Because it's rained a lot here.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
we're gonna be getting some rain here soon.
So Phoenix, they're saying the fall winter is going to be pretty dry because of the La Nina or I don't. I think it's La Nina.
Yeah,
Is
I
the
think it's
one where it
raining
doesn't.
this week.
Yeah. So they said that, but then we had three really big storms in the month of November and part of October. And so now, because of that, Phoenix broke its fall rainfall total that dates back over
Hmm.
100 years.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so much for that draw. And we still got another month left of fall, basically, or another 3.5, 4 weeks or whatever. So it's been wet. It's rained so much it's got to the point that my lawn sprinkler out front is saying, "Hey, you don't need any water. We're skipping tonight." I'm like, all right, cool, fine,
Okay.
works for
Save a
me.
few bucks.
Yeah. So I did Sunday morning. I got up at 6 a.m. to start up my smoker, and that's the first time I've used it when it was like in the upper 40s when I woke up, and I walked outside. I'm like, whoa, whoa. And it was raining too. So I'm
Ooh,
standing out
that's
in the
cold.
rain. It's like 48 degrees and I'm starting my smoker up. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess, it's going to take a little longer to start up because it's cooler outside. So
The joy of the desert versus the tropics.
yeah, it's been a weird last month, but I was thinking this is the first time we've recorded at night at least since you've been
Probably
to Florida.
since, yeah, at least since June or July.
Yeah,
Everything's been morning or like midday.
Yeah, like my lunch break was recording. Or 5 a.m. And you can tell which ones were recorded at 5 a.m. because I'm like, yeah, that was pretty cool
Yeah,
last
you'll be able to
week.
listen to this one and be like, oh, yeah, these guys went at night.
Yeah.
Just like we
And
were saying on the Formula One race, our show's been direct to the point, 25 minutes. Like, all right, we're in, we're out, we're done.
little sluggish at times.
I'm like, wait, what are we even talking about? Because I'm waking up like 5 minutes before we go live, and like, huh? I'm still half asleep.
It is really hard to roll out of bed and do a show. It really is. I mean, I'm so glad because it's like one, I feel better when I have the show beer with me. Tonight it's a Miller Lite.
Yeah, right now I'm finishing off a glass of hot chocolate so that
Oh,
way I
still
can
got that
prep
stuff.
for my mulo.
No, no Malort tonight. I love the comments I always get when I drink Malort on a show or a live stream, and they're just like, "Why do you do that to yourself?" I'm like, because I have no regard for my body. That's why.
It just tastes like jet fuel.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not bad.
it's not like I'm smoking cigarettes or something that really could hurt me. Well, I mean, I guess
And
alcohol.
the way I figured, if you can stomach down a Bush Light, you can stomach a shot of Malort. It's about the same.
I mean, I just had my physical like a month ago, and they're like, "Your liver is looking great." And I'm like, "All
Right now,
right,
I'm sure somebody's going to
I'll
comment and be
drink to
like,
that."
"Did you really just compare Bush Light and Malort to tasting the same?" Mm,
I had a,
kind of, yeah, I
you know
did.
what? I had honestly, I had never had a Bush Light before until this year. I
I
don't
don't
know.
want to know how many I had through the college
Yeah,
years.
I don't know. I actually, you know where I had my first Bush Light? It was at Mark Vickers' house.
Nah,
He had his cooler of beer, and I reached in and like, I haven't had a Bush Light before. Let's do this.
there we go. It's all right. It's good stuff.
But the
Mark Vickers, friend of ours,
friend of the
longtime racer with us now.
yes, indeed, friend of the show, races with us for almost 4 years
Pretty much since
now.
the beginning.
Yeah, literally since the beginning. He was one of the original Wednesday Night Dash people. So yeah, it's just
So, shout out, Mark.
we're cruising along, and we've had a lot of downtime. I've been working on a project that I'm probably about a month away from being ready to unveil. We need to unveil schedules for next year.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think those are
we're ready.
gonna be both coming up this weekend, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. I just have to put them into the graphic, really.
Yeah, I just got to dump mine in. I think we're pretty set on dates for Indy. There may be a change that comes, maybe a track or a date that something comes up, but it's pretty much ready. We got a new track that I've been teasing already.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, yeah. Wednesday Night Dash had a track that we've been teasing as well. Very well, nice Super Troopers reference there.
Yeah,
Do you know they're making a
watching IndyCar going up our Rouge. That's gonna be
uh,
something to watch.
did you know they're making a Super Troopers 3?
Yes, I am excited to see that
I
actually.
I they couldn't get a studio to make Super Troopers 2, so they crowdfunded it, and and it's a cult classic. And they got enough money, and they kept hitting these milestones, and they said if we hit this milestone now, Brian Cox will come back and do the movie. And it's like, and then they hit it, and he did. He came back and he did the movie, and and then Brian Cox is an accomplished actor in itself, but like he's taken on like mainstream fame in recent years with Succession. And I've never watched the show, but I know how good of an actor he is, so I have to assume he's really good in that. And given how, could you imagine too? With did you ever watch Succession?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
So Kieran Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, is in that movie or in that show, and he was arguably, so I'm told, was the best part of it. I think he won some kind of major award on that show. I'll have to fact check myself here. But could you imagine in the early 90s, at the height of Macaulay Culkin fame, that his brother would actually be the more accomplished, more successful actor? The kid sitting there drinking the Pepsi and peeing in the bed. Yeah, he was become the
Or
most accomplished Culkin. Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy, especially with just how popular Home Alone was.
Well, it still is. It's
Yeah,
still
this will be releasing the day after Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving Day, the last several years, my wife and I, we watch Home Alone
it's
to kick off
on
the holiday season.
like FX and all those channels. I mean, it's on at least Home Alone or Home Alone 2 is on at least once a week during the Christmas season.
Great movies.
They are.
And then on Black Friday, we'll watch Home Alone too.
Like I like Home Alone 2 is like, it's the same but New York, but I still like Home Alone 2. I
I
think
like
it's
both of them.
yeah, I think they're
It's
both really,
basically
really
a
good.
rehash of the original, but they're just such great movies.
All right. So Kieran Culkin won Best Supporting Actor for A Real Pain this year, the Academy Awards. He won a Critics' Choice Award for Succession. He won an Emmy Award for Succession. He won a Golden Globe for both Succession and A Real Pain. Won some SAG awards and then a bunch of other. Yeah,
That's
who
pretty
would have
good.
thought of that? That Kieran Culkin would be the most successful. I mean, Home Alone is Home Alone, but still, like awards wise, who would have thought?
Yeah, pretty cool though.
On the Macaulay Culkin, we had so much on topic shows for so long. Like we haven't even gotten into on topic stuff yet, and we're now 10 minutes into the show. Almost
Yeah,
11
we
minutes
haven't
into the show.
talked anything
Yeah,
racing
yeah.
yet, except
It,
for
it
well, we have a schedule coming.
it's like the dog's been let out of the cage. Here we go. Um, Macaulay Culkin, look at the movies he did. He's in Uncle Buck, which is a great movie, by the way. Another John Hughes film. Actually, Uncle Buck is what got him into Home Alone. And then the last movie, there were a couple others. There was the one where he like dies of the bee stings. Remember that?
What is that? My Girl?
My Girl, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I've only
Uh,
seen parts of that.
then he did this movie where it was like a ripoff of the Never-Ending Story that was really bad. And then it's called like The Page Master or something like that. Is that?
Oh yes,
Do you remember?
I have
Yeah,
seen that at one
yeah,
point.
yeah. It was like a Never-Ending Story ripoff. And then he had the one where he was like this evil kid trying to kill his mom and his cousin. Um, I know this is really exciting. Bear with us, please. The Good Son. That's
Don't think I've seen it.
it was really bad. It was called The Good Son. Yeah, The Good Son. And then like the last movie he made was that movie, the remake of Richie Rich. Did you ever see that one?
Richie Rich is such a good movie.
It's a really stupid movie, but there are so many really good people in that movie. Um, yeah, Jonathan Hyde, who is in Jumanji, was his butler. John Larroquette was the bad guy who is
Hmm.
funny in everything he's ever done. Uh, Christine Ebersole, who's had a lot of roles over the years. Cameos
There's a lot of
feature
familiar faces in that movie.
Yeah, cameos feature Reggie Jackson, Claudia Schiffer, and Ben Stein. Ben Stein
Yeah, he's the teacher in the classroom
of
doing typical Ben Stein things.
Bueller.
You remember the show Win
Bueller.
Ben Stein's Money?
Yes, that was where we first learned about Jimmy Kimmel for the first time. I love that show. That was so good.
Oh, the
He
throwbacks to the day.
so it my favorite part about the Win Ben Stein's Money is they put them in the soundproof booth at the end and they'd ask the same questions to the contestant and Ben Stein. And if the contestant got more right than Ben, then he'd win whatever the prize was. And Jimmy Kimmel was the one reading the questions. And the funniest part was when Ben Stein would miss a question and he'd get so mad at himself for missing it. Oh man.
What happened to the good TV shows like that?
But the thing is, like, reality shows replaced all at one. Like that was around the end of that when like Survivor came in and kind of, I mean, you had Real World and Road Rules and all that
Yeah,
in the
those are
90s.
there, but like Survivor really just changed the game.
Survivor did that. Then, you had the Dancing with the Stars and The Amazing Race, and there was The Apprentice, and all these other reality shows and the knockoffs and
And now you have the secret lives of everything.
everybody, yeah, the Real Housewives of this and but the thing is like you look at like a show like The Bachelor, it is really cheap to make those shows.
Oh, it costs
Like
nothing.
because you don't have to pay like there's like there's a sitcom on with Tim Allen right now. It's like Tim Allen probably commands really high dollars. And it's like these shows get canceled because after you get a good show, it gets better, it gets good ratings, and they command high dollars and then it gets canceled. But you're not going to have that with The Bachelor. They
No,
fired
you
the
always have a
host.
rotating cast, and you have your host, and everything else is basically, I want to be on TV.
They fired on The Bachelor, they fired Chris Harrison like 20 years into the show and replaced him with Jesse Palmer. Yeah, Jesse
Yeah,
Palmer.
50 bones.
And just keeps on going on. And then they add the Golden Bachelor and all the variations of it. But it's so cheap to produce these kind of shows. And it's like, why would I hire Tim Allen or, Charlie Sheen at his peak, Two and a Half Men money or The Big Bang Theory when they were commanding all that money towards the end? It's like, why would I
And you're
do that when I
getting
can?
7 figures an episode, and well, we're not running 50 episodes.
And it's just like Friends towards the end and Seinfeld. Like, even in the 90s and early 2000s, they were commanding ridiculous money to keep those shows going. And rightfully so. Like, you're the number one show on television, and it's not even close.
Eventually, that money's not going to be there, and you
Well,
got to cancel it.
well, the nice thing about syndication and being a star on syndication is that uh Jerry
It
Seinfeld,
keeps coming through.
yeah, Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld haven't technically had to work a day since Seinfeld went off the air, but we got Curb Your Enthusiasm for like 15 years or 15 seasons or whatever. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
worked
still
out.
find Seinfeld on every night.
Yeah. Yeah, like you go to those local channels and it's like, oh, here's Big Bang Theory, here's Seinfeld, here's Friends, here's
For a couple of years
Cheers.
living in Colorado, I would go to bed watching Seinfeld episodes every night.
It, actually, when the writer strike was going on, I would turn over to TV Land at night and I would watch reruns of either Everybody Loves Raymond, which was a really good show,
Another good show.
and I never watched this show when I mean, I watched Everybody Loves Raymond a little bit when it was on, but it's like I didn't fully appreciate it until it was in syndication. But the other show that I started watching during the writer's strike that I think I've seen most of them now is King of Queens.
Oh yeah, I watch that one a lot.
That it's just like that was such a good show, and Jerry Stiller is basically playing the same character he was playing in Seinfeld, but it didn't matter. Like he was so good.
Yeah, he's great in that. Lee Remini was great with Kevin James. Those two played off each other really well.
Well, and then you had Patton Oswalt come in, and uh, uh, Kevin James' real life brother plays his cousin on the show. It just we should probably do some racing talk considering we're 17 minutes in and haven't said a word about it. So, circling
Yeah, we
back
talked
to
about schedules briefly, so
yeah, we did.
we did get something. Oh, do
Yeah,
we start with IndyCar?
yeah,
That's like
yeah. That'll be the short one. Then we'll go to NASCAR and
yeah,
finish
that's
up
the
with
short
Formula.
one. Mick Schumacher, he's coming.
Nick, I love that thing that somebody posted about the like it was like a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. So it said Michael Schumacher's son is going to be teammates with Bobby Rahal's son, who is married to John Force's daughter. All this while Derek Daly's son is without a ride, while Brian Herta's son might take over the Indy 500, only entry from a retiring Michael Andretti's son.
Why is the Colton Herta is going to get 8 million a year to race F2, or 8 million to race F2 this year?
That's absurd. That is
Money
absurd.
talks.
That is absurd. And he's like almost double the age of these F2 kids. Yeah, if he doesn't come in there and like I mean, I don't know much about the team he signed with, but it feels like if he doesn't come in here and absolutely crush it, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he needs to have a good year. or it's going to be a really bad move. But IndyCar's looking at what, 3 or 4 new drivers this year at least?
At least. And
'Cause you got Mick Schumacher, it'll be rookie. Was it Kaio Calais?
yeah.
I'm probably mispronouncing that. My
Yeah.
apologies. Another one. Oh, who's the third one that's been announced?
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm drawing such a blank right now.
It's been too long. But we still
Well,
need,
IndyCar has been done since what, September,
yeah.
and
It feels like it's been done
there's
forever.
been much bigger news from Formula One and NASCAR since then. So
A
IndyCar's kind of
lot.
like, wait, you exist?
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
saw
where
they had Joseph Newgarden at the Cowboys game recently promoting the Arlington race coming up here next year, which all right,
it'll be
fine.
fun to see how that goes.
All right, okay. I mean, it's a parking lot race, but
Yeah, it'll be fun. Some new tracks on the schedule. Arlington, Markham,
Phoenix,
yeah, Phoenix is
you
back.
got to
I want to know.
get
I
that
want to know
flight
if they're going
booked.
to. You know, hopefully, I will have a job squared away here in the next couple of weeks, so then I can
Don't
justify buying my flight and tickets.
I'll say don't make me
If
have to
not, somebody needs
don't
to hire me so I can do this.
it says don't make me have to partially subsidize your flight for you. Get you out here.
If I don't have a job, that may have to happen.
I also need to like figure out because we don't have a guest room anymore because we're having planning on having one kid. We have two. What the second kid took the guest room away. So basically, I have to. And our couch is old and disgusting. So we're gonna replace our couch with like a pull out that you know.
You
So it's like that's gonna be our guest room for the time being until I
know what?
guess
If
an
I
empty
have to
nester.
make it work, I can take an air mattress or just give me a sleeping bag in the corner on the floor and I'll get comfortable.
I mean, like the couch is fine. It's just old, but anyway, yeah, we got to get that booked. I told you the seat for the cup race is next to me is still open, so we gotta look that here soon.
Oh, that just worked perfect.
Yeah, I looked it
Yeah,
up.
I actually have another interview coming up here on December 5th, so hopefully that goes well and we
Get
can
it.
find some out shortly after. And if I do that, then first check, and here's my flight tickets. I'm coming.
We're going to Phoenix Raceway. It'll be your second time there. Actually,
Yeah.
first time you
I'm
went.
interested to see if they will allow the Indy cars to cut the dog leg or if they're going to have track limits.
I I am
Because
terrified thinking
in
about
in
that.
our race, when we had drivers cutting the dog leg and coming back up, now
Wouldn't
granted we are the furthest thing from professional racers that you could be.
that is true.
Like there's some crazy stuff going on. There's some great car management too.
I mean,
There's some good driving
I'm
happening.
still going with that narrative that we are the contributing, not the reason, but a contributing factor to why they went back.
We've said it for how long, and then we do a race, and then all of a
That
sudden
was
it's like,
good.
hey, it's this could be happening
Our ignorance made it good.
because we have drivers that are crazy, and we're like, hey, we do it in Wednesday night dash in a stock car. Let's do it in an Indy car.
I haven't powered on my gaming PC since the fun race at the beginning of November.
That's wild.
I have
You've been
played.
busy though.
I,
We're
yeah,
about to find out why
we're playing
here
golf.
month or so. Yeah, we've been golfing last
Yes, we're done with the virtual
little
racing
bit.
for the season, so we're virtual golfing now.
We got to hit the links in our off season.
Oh man. Yeah, I actually I was testing PGA 2K25 and I got my PS5 controller here and I was just sitting here playing and my wife was comes in the one night and she goes, "What are you doing now?" And I go, "Research." And I just got the look and then she walked off.
That's what I said. I told my wife, I feel bad I'm not helping DJ with stuff, but pretty much my part of it is researching games. So I'm going to be playing games at night.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we all know, like, we don't have to say it. I'm nuts. Like, I am completely nuts. I have to be nuts to do what I do, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. So NASCAR had a well, our last show was after Martinsville, so we never did a true finale show. Poor Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's been in the news a lot in the last last month.
Yes, he has.
Um,
Feels like NASCAR season has been over forever, but was it been like 3 weeks?
it was
If that.
November 2nd. Yeah, it's
So yeah, 3 weeks.
a little over 3 weeks now.
Feels like it's been over so much longer than that.
I just my life feels so empty when NASCAR ends because it's like Formula One's only every couple of weeks, IndyCar's only a couple of weeks, but NASCAR's there. It's the consistency. And I turned on a Formula One race recently. Oh, it's Brazil. I turned on the Brazil race and I get you're still watching that crap? And I'm like, how dare
Yeah, it's
you?
not over yet.
How dare you? This one goes till early December.
We still have 2 more races.
A lot to talk about there too.
Yeah, we'll get to Formula One in a minute.
But oh man,
Like
Denny
20
Hamlin
minutes.
it is. I mean, Carl Edwards missing out was brutal, but that was just gut punch. It was like
I like
people who
how
hate.
everybody was blaming Byron for, oh, he blew a tire so Larson can win the championship.
No,
Really? How
I
many
mean
tires blew that weekend?
a lot. I mean, you can put almost put more blame on Joey Logano for not having a great restart and slowing down Hamlin's restart. But I still don't think it would have mattered.
No, getting that restart and then just running around the high side.
I just it's so strange because he was really like he was not a factor most of the day.
No, and he had issues earlier. And wasn't he a lap down at one point?
I feel like he
Or just
was.
like at the back end of the.
It's been too long. We're recapping something that happened a month ago. I don't know. But
It shows why you got to stick in a race.
he just
I haven't
he
seen it, but people are even saying like don't understand why he's like excited but disappointed about winning it. Is if you had the old point system, he would have won the title anyway, apparently.
yeah, like he was the winner. Like oh man. It
So
just
we don't know what next year's going to look like, but it sounds like it is probably what
uh,
100% not going to be a single one-off race for the
no,
title.
I don't think so. I hope not. I don't think they've even formally decided the last I heard.
No, nothing. I bet we don't see anything official until after um this pending trial
Yeah,
finishes.
I wouldn't be surprised. But going back to Phoenix here real quick. 2 out of 3 races that weekend, almost three, all three. The heavy, the favorite missed. I mean, if it wasn't for Corey Heim going 7 wide on a restart after restarting like 10th or whatever in the truck
Not
race.
just 7 wide, but 7 wide, like as close to the inside wall as you can
Yeah.
go.
And that the race was on while I was trick or treating, and I'm literally walking down the middle of a street as my kids are going door to door, and I see this. I'm watching it on my phone, and I just went, "Oh my God!" And it just like Grant Enfinger was right next to him, or maybe second car in, and realized I got to back out of this, otherwise this is going to be really ugly. And the only reason that worked is because they had the sense. Enfinger is obviously a good driver, has been around a long time. He's not one
Yep.
of those stereotypical truck series drivers. He knew I got to back out of this. Otherwise, I this isn't going to go well for any of us.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's great about Phoenix. Without track limits, it allows this to happen. Is if you're limited to the white line, he's stuck. There's nowhere to go.
No.
The track's too narrow.
No, it's
You
just
can't go three wide there.
I love it. And the Formula One fanboys are like, this is why we have track limits. Like, no, this is why we don't have track limits because that was awesome.
No track limits on an oval like that. It's just amazing. But once he got cleared, like he was gone. See ya.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was the best truck out there all night, and it was a pit stop thing, but he ended up in front. He also had the fortune of another caution after that, or Denny didn't. And then Jesse Love in the Xfinity race passes Connor Zilisch with 25 to go after having a really bad stage one and part of stage two. And Zilisch, who had a record breaking year in the Xfinity Series, does not win it.
To me, that's wild. That's where I have a hard time just with the systems. We're
No,
not a stick and ball sport.
no, we're not. I mean, this isn't the Super Bowl where it's like the 18-1 Patriots analogy again.
Like, but the best
But
team doesn't
people
always win.
but people will make that same argument is that, well, there's a playoff system. If the 18, the undefeated team loses in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get the arguments, and they're not wrong.
I
But
just
it's
it
like
can be
just the
better.
whole thing with the stage racing. You don't, you build this big lead, you did all this great work just to have it go away. It'd be like you build a 20-point lead, and at the end of a quarter, the
Ooh,
score just resets. Like, what's the point of even playing that? Because
yeah.
there's nothing to gain by just destroying your equipment to get out in front. With that raise, now I've heard it before, and I'd be okay with it. Give points at what would be the stage break, but keep it green.
That would completely
Then it
change the
gives
dynamic. Because
it gives so
especially
much strategy to it.
the other thing that I really never thought about until recently is that they go caution on the stage break, but they're still incrementing laps. And
Hmm.
there was a race, maybe it was Phoenix, where they had kind of a slow cycle for whatever reason. I don't know if they were cleaning something up or what. It wasn't a wreck, but like you had this, you look at they have the chart that they put up on TV where it's green, 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 then yellow, and then green, and so on. And it's like at the end of the stage, they had this pretty distinctive yellow chunk on there. Like you just took 5% of stage two away.
Yeah, and if it's 60 lap stage and you take 10 of it under caution, you're not running that
No,
distance. You are, but you aren't.
I don't know. The stage racing with the green flag is not a bad alternative because
I
it's
like that
like,
idea. You still score out the points.
yeah,
You depending where you are in cycle. Plus, you're going to have to run harder earlier.
yeah, and you had, and the whole reason the stage was brought in the first place was because you'd have these races where these guys would just kind of cruise in the back and kind of half-ass it, and then all of a sudden, 20 to go, let's go.
But I'm okay with that.
I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think it was an overreaction to me looking back on it
The
now.
like Talladega, that's part of it. You want to run in the back to avoid the big one, you might still get caught up in it. Or if you want to take that risk of having to go through 36 cars to get to the front, hey, that's on you.
I mean, the racing at the super speedways is also obviously very different now than when it was 20, 25 years ago, too.
You take out the stages, it's going to change up Daytona and Talladega.
The
And we saw Atlanta got much better when you took out half the field.
that was
Like
wild. What was it, like
the end,
six cars didn't have any damage the whole night or something like that?
yeah, you took out what, 15 cars that basically weren't running. The racing after that wreck was phenomenal. They were trading the lead. They could move when they wanted and where they wanted. They weren't just nose to tail driving circles.
The That's always kind of, I mean, it's fun, but it's not. when you see them go out to Talladega and they do that pack of four wide, and it's just like it gives me anxiety watching it, knowing that if somebody just slips up just that much in the middle of that pack, like the race could be over. You could lose
It's
every
still
single
it's
car.
crazy they're doing that, and they're doing 170, 180 miles an hour. It's like, yeah, we're just cruising.
180 miles an hour of four wide tailgating, basically, and just oof. I just it, I get anxiety watching that, and it's just like, is that better? And when you had it like groups of two or three before, when I don't know, was it the COT era where that was like that?
Yeah, it was around for a little bit, but definitely in COT.
Where you'd have like the groups of two or three kind of pushing each other and getting back up there. Like that was
Your
fun.
tandems were, I had fun watching those.
I still think an underrated, and I'm gonna get probably criticized for what I'm about to say, I, by some people, but I still think one of the underrated things they ever did was when they allowed the driver to driver communication when they were within like a certain proximity of the car.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, and and you see like Kyle and Kurt Busch, like, "Hey, brother, I need to push you." And just I thought that dynamic of it of the drivers being able to like communicate in that short, in that small proximity. That was fun. Like it's not. I mean, it was kind of cheesy. It was kind of stupid, like Fox Glow Puck stupid. But I still think it was fun.
Yeah, it changes up the dynamics with the spotter, just being able to work one on one with a driver.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
a couple things I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Will stages stay or not? What is the format going to be? Are they going to go the full season points? Is it going to be like a 3-3-4 playoff format? Which I'd be okay with because you're going to have at least four races to. You have a bad one, that's okay. You got to work your way out of it, but you're in it. And then
We'll
Chevy
see.
unveiled their new car, which looked totally different, but exactly the same.
The Chevy, you mean?
Yeah.
Somebody put the
And
picture through an AI scanner, and the AI scanner said it was like 78% certain this was AI.
then I'm interested to see what Toyota does. Maybe I'm the only one who's noticed this out there,
No,
but
it's not just
if
you.
I'm at Daytona, Talladega, or Atlanta, I do not want a Toyota in front of me
You
or
keep
behind
that
me.
Camry away from me, please.
Like if I'm racing there and I'm talking to my spotter, I'm like, if there's a Toyota that gets in front or behind me, you get me away from it.
Wasn't there that big wreck? What was that at? Was that at Talladega a few years ago where
I
like
think it
all
was
the Toyotas
Talladega.
wrecked each other?
Yeah, one was trying to push and it got squirrely and they took each other out.
All the Toyotas took each. Was it
It's
John
like
Hunter who did it?
yeah, I think it's something
Probably,
like that.
probably. It was probably John Hunter, but
But every time there was a wreck, it seemed like it was a Toyota that was either pushing or being pushed that triggered it, or you get somebody like trying to get to the front and they're behind a Toyota trying to push and it's just getting squirrely.
oh man. On to the lawsuit.
Yeah, December 1st is a big date coming up, Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Do we get word at like midnight on November
Sunday,
30th that there's a settlement?
probably.
Like,
Uh,
NASCAR can't let this go to trial, can they?
no. I it just
There's
it
stuff
just
coming out that is not good from
it just keeps making them look just worse. I mean, it's 2311's taking their share of the beating as well, and the financials of like, oh, they were $2.5 million on the profit, and they were throwing a $60,000 Christmas party, and it's like $2.5 million
what did I
profit on
see?
how much they spent. That's not, that's like Amazon
Over the course of two
percentages.
years, I think I saw um, France or NASCAR brought in like $266 million in revenue.
The I shared this meme where the Bobby Hill one where he's holding a sign up to the window and it says if those kids could read they'd be really upset. And he's holding up and Bobby Hill, it says Denny Hamlin, and it says exposes NASCAR greed and corruption. And then under the guy taking the sign away, it says NASCAR. It goes, if those fans could read, they'd be very upset.
Yeah, the stuff came out about SRX that they were worried about drivers going there and their
Calling it a trash
safety,
series.
but they were basically saying that we're going to squash it. We just have to scheme together and we'll win. Um, Now you got more pending litigation against NASCAR if Richard Childress decides to
Yeah,
go through and file a defamation suit.
it,
Like
it
nothing coming from NASCAR's messages is looking good.
what's hilarious is they wanted to do a deposition of Rick Hendrick and what was it, Joe Gibbs, I think? Or was it no, it was Penske. It was Roger Penske they wanted to.
Yeah, I believe so.
But they said why wouldn't they want to put Richard Childress under deposition? Like, well, I think we know why. So Richard would say a little too much. But yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
was
going to be
pretty bad.
interesting. Like the
Like
judge
nobody
said, if
nobody
this goes to
wins.
trial, nobody's winning.
No, I mean nobody wins anyway. Like you gotta just cut the damage. Let's get this over with. Come on, NASCAR. You look stupid.
Like essentially, I think I feel like if NASCAR were to settle, what we would end up having to see from 2311 and Front Row to be able to say, okay, we're good with this, is getting the tracks opened up to either more series or any future series that may happen, and not just completely limited to NASCAR only, which could maybe help out IndyCar. And I think you're gonna have to see a bigger revenue share.
That's always the thing that blew my mind is that NASCAR is very possessive of their tracks and the kind of events because it's like you look at Phoenix Raceway. I mean, I'm not sure what else you'd host there. You could. They used to have a road course there. It's gone. It's been gone for years, but you you use the track for racing 6 days a year. They do a charity event a couple times. They do the NASCAR laps where you get in the car and do laps yourself a couple times a year.
What, maybe 20 days of track activity?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they
So
they
you
do
get
some.
a
They
lot
do
of
a couple.
off-season testing.
Yeah, they do some concerts and some other random stuff. But it's like you have these massive facilities that you're using, like you said, like no more than 20 days a year. And it's like, why would you not? What is the harm of letting I'm just spitballing. This may not make any sense, but like letting late models race at Phoenix Raceway or
Yeah, get Legends cars in there. You get the Indy Next series to come out too.
yeah, it's like is that really harming NASCAR when you
No, if
especially
you
look
let
at
other
the TV
series get
ratings.
great racing, that's only going to bring more attention to your track,
And make
and
your
it's going to
track
bring
more
in more
money.
revenue.
And it's like we'll never build a big track ever again because it's just not feasible. It's not financially feasible. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
your 2.5 miles, I get it. Your mile and a halfs and mile tracks, oh, absolutely, you'll fill them. Well, maybe not fill the seats, but you'll get attention to it.
I mean, I just still bitter about the Auto Club Speedway thing, and that's come out with the amount of money that they pocketed off that. I got the Auto Club shirt actually, just pure coincidence today. I wasn't planning on talking about that, but it
Uh,
just
It'll be interesting,
irks
but I
the
think those two are going to be at a crux there. Is there
like
time
we
about
gotta
how NASCAR is in monopoly and you try to start a series, SRX, they were going to squash it. It wasn't financially sustainable anyway,
no.
but when you limit yourself and you can't have access to anything, there's no way you're going to grow.
And it's also funny reading the email exchanges with like Denny Hamlin and NASCAR trying to NASCAR's solution is let's just make it cheaper. Let's make it cheaper. Let's make it cheaper. And it's like, but you're making the product worse by doing that.
Yeah, they've made it cost effective for the teams. They're single sourcing too many parts, and the
It's
car does not race.
no. And that's why people are tuning out. It's not the costs. Like, they're talking about their concerns in 2030 or whatever when the next TV deal comes up. If the attendance and the television ratings don't pick up, that they're in big trouble. And it's like, well, yeah,
Well, you got to listen to your fans too. They don't like the on-track racing.
they
They
don't
want
they
to
don't
see more
respect the
passing.
fans. They don't respect the fans. That's it. Like that's
They There's not a ton of fans that like this current playoff format. They don't like the stage racing, and they're catering too much to try to get the newer, younger fan in, which they're what, being mediocre at achieving, and they're losing their core fan base
they are. They,
quickly.
they are. I mean, and baseball is having the same kind of a problem, but they seem to be recovering from that because it was like the average age of a baseball fan was in like their 60s or something absurd like that. And young kids weren't coming in, but I mean, maybe it's a bunch of crap, but it's like, oh, we got attendance is better than ever. It's like, is it? NASCAR's having kind of the same identity crisis, but not as much with age, but like it's like, yeah, your core southeastern fans are upset and they don't care. It's like we want this to be a national series. And that's fine. Like, when you're trying to grow something, you don't want to be the regional guys. Like you want to make it I mean, when do you think NASCAR was truly a nationwide sport?
It was starting to get there in what, the 70s? No,
Maybe.
well, I think you had
80s.
fans that were nationwide, but it was still the racing was all east. It was probably what, the 80s as it started to move more west.
Yeah, I mean,
90s definitely.
Phoenix Raceway. Let's see, you had Phoenix. There was Ontario. There's some California tracks. Now Phoenix came in like '86 for NASCAR. I want to say something like that. Uh,
So much of
Riverside.
it,
Riverside. That's what I'm thinking of. Riverside was in the '80s, but it's like it's almost like Days of Thunder was kind of the now it's legit because now you got a movie with Maverick from Top Gun and Robert Duvall and Cousin Eddie. I just I still can't watch Days of Thunder without seeing Cousin Eddie. I just can't.
yeah, and so much of people will say, well, look at F1, they can go around the world just fine. It's the logistics of moving your equipment.
It is. It's really expensive, and that's why Kart flopped like it did. They were.
All these teams are based in Charlotte
I mean, you look at
or
Kart back in the
thereabouts.
'90s. They're going to Australia, they're going to Germany, they're going to all kinds of places, and that was not cheap.
No, most of pretty much all the NASCAR teams are centered around Charlotte or surrounding areas. If you look at IndyCar, they are all based kind of up in that Zionsville, Carmel,
Yeah.
Indianapolis, Fishers
I
region.
mean, they're all within 20 minutes of the motor speedway.
But if you look at pretty much the entirety of the racing, they're all within a 5 hour drive.
I
They
mean,
do
that
not
is
have to go
definitely.
far to get there and get back.
I mean, isn't there like one truck series team in like Ohio or something? Isn't like Thor Sport in Ohio?
Yeah, and there's one cup team that's in Michigan.
Who's in Michigan?
It's the single owner team.
Is that like the
So
the
what?
si- the 66 car? It's not NY Racing.
Uh, no, I forget which one it is. It's they have just the one employee. They source everybody out. They race a partial schedule.
NY Racing is in Dawsonville, Georgia.
This is the other problem when it's at night and we are tired and don't remember everything. Like, you guys claim to be experts on racing.
Nobody ever said we were experts. Who the hell said that?
No, we're idiots. We forget stuff. We
We're
cheat. We look it
middle-aged
up.
idiots. I mean, we have all these tools and resources available to us. Why the hell do I need to remember it? Anyway, yeah, NASCAR. I don't swear much on this show. I think I've sworn like twice tonight, kind of. But like, you guys need to get your shit together.
Yes.
Get your shit together. There you go. I've sworn. I swear a lot. I just try not to around my kids, but it's getting harder.
Hey,
So
we're able to get a few swear words, and we have up to one F-bomb per episode to keep it PG-13. So
I don't think I've ever dropped an F-bomb on this show.
I know I
I mean, you don't drop that all that often. Like I very rarely hear you drop F-bombs.
haven't. You should be around me more.
I Okay, yeah, all right, fair. Like maybe if I saw you in your swimming coach helmet, maybe
No,
okay.
actually,
No, really?
I'm very, very good. If I drop something, it's for a reason. It's very measured. But there's a term swear like a sailor.
Yeah.
I would be like a 30-year sailing veteran.
Fair.
But they say the more that you swear, the smarter you are, apparently. But
That's what they
uh,
say. Yeah.
they say that, but you got an
I
idiot sitting here, so I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, my wife swears all the time. I mean, you'd almost think she was a truck driver for a living. And she'll come in, she'll like drop a bunch of F bombs in like three sentences, and like, good God, you parked that big rig before you came in here and dropped that language? Good Lord.
And if you want to listen to something fun, look up George Carlin and usage of the F word. Search it up. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. And it's very, very true.
And Bob Knight had a variation of that too. He did during a press conference that was pretty funny. Actually, it might have been kind of ripping Carlin off, but still. Oh, Bob Knight.
Great George Carlin. Funny guy.
George Carlin did a show at Purdue when I was there, I think. It was either right before I was there or right after I got there, but it was always funny when they would do these comedy shows and you'd have like um they'd have the board of regents, whatever they're called, and they'd have their like row in the middle, and George Carlin comes out and is George Carlin, and they're George
So
Carlin was never invited back after that show.
it's funny. You definitely went to Purdue. I'm a huge Purdue fan. My family is all there. I would have gone if not for swimming. It's right behind your shoulder there, boiler up. There's one picture that I really want to put either in my office at home or in a future office at work,
I
and it's
think,
Bobby Knight throwing the chair.
yep.
Because to my swimmers, I always joke around with them like, if you're having
Yep.
a bad race or you're not doing what I wanted you to do, I'm gonna throw a chair at you.
The
Like, coach, would you really do that? Yes, I would.
So that chair.
That's this legend that goes around. So
And the
I
thing is
want
that
that
that was
picture,
such a
and it's just funny.
weird, for as iconic as that was, it was such a weird thing, and the timing of it was weird. It was like 2 minutes into the game, and he was upset about a foul call, and he throws the chair like 2 minutes. Like, who gets that upset 2 minutes into the game? And it's just like people are like, okay, that was kind of staged, but iconic moment. Playing Purdue, by the way. The
Oh yeah, definitely playing Purdue.
So
I
there's
forget
this.
if there was something about that, like going into the game.
Yeah, I think he was upset, maybe been upset with the referees or upset about something that was called the last time they played. It was, yeah, it was something that boiled over, but there's like, ha ha ha. So there's a company that makes these like they look like football or basketball plays, and they have like the line and the path of the ball, and it's like the iconic like the David Tyree catch, and it shows like the path of the ball and that company made one of the Bobby Knight chair throw, and it's like the outline of the basketball court, and you see the dotted line of the path of the chair going across.
That's awesome. One of my favorite jokes was when he got fired from IU was they had to change the name of Assembly Hall to Embley Hall because the ass left the building.
That was a wild. There's so many wild Bob Knight stories over the years. The one that stands out to me that's kind of an underrated one is it was either the athletic director or the university president, and they were at like a salad bar. Do you remember this one?
Oh, there's so many. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if I remember this one.
So he's at a salad bar, and I guess somebody cracked a joke about him that he didn't really care for, and he took a head of lettuce from the salad bar and hit whoever in the head with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If you're not from Indiana or don't know the whole Purdue IU rivalry, just look it up. It's been going on for years. The bucket game is this weekend. It's probably not going to go well.
Oh, it was after he was at Texas Tech. It was the chancellor of Texas Tech that he did it
Yeah,
to. Oh, Bob Knight.
IU Purdue. It's a fun rivalry.
Bob Knight reprimanded. How many times was that said over the years?
My two favorite things to do if I ever run across an IU person, they say they're from IU or they like IU. My first response is, I'm sorry. Then they usually either look at me weird or go, Purdue? Yeah.
Hmm.
Then we just laugh. And then I always
I
call their
don't.
colors red and white. So how's that red and white school?
How's that red and white era?
Knowing full well they're the cream and crimson.
Yeah, well,
Hey, I'm colorblind, so it's red and white. I'm not colorblind.
no, no, you're not. I was
My
about to
two
say no,
favorite
you're
things to
not.
do with
I was
IU.
about to say if I'm just learning 30 years later that you're colorblind, like, no, you're not.
No, that's where it is. Like fun rivalries, like I will take those all day long. But when you got to be crazy and
Fight
psychotic
and
with it,
beat
like
people up and
go get
burn
out of here.
things, like, get out.
Because they always have a joke to come back at Purdue, and I'm like, that's pretty good. I like that one.
It's
Oh yeah,
always like
NASCAR.
you got into Indiana. Oh, you kept the crayons in the lines when you were coloring on that that admission form. No,
Yeah.
anyway. Uh,
So yeah, NASCAR.
F1.
After veering off to Bobby Knight.
Oh, we veered off a lot. We're already pushing an hour, so
Yeah, we'll see what
throwback.
NASCAR does. Hopefully, it all settles. If it goes to court, get ready for a wild roller coaster ride. As I think we're going to see a lot of stuff that even everybody is like, "Oh,
As Terrell Owens once said, "Get your popcorn ready.
yeah."
You will need it."
Monday, I'm going to be making popcorn unless the settlement's been had.
Yeah.
Although, speaking of popcorn, we need it. Two races to go. It's going to be some entertainment.
I so we live stream Vegas. Max wins. They say, "Hey, Lando's coming to chase you down, Max," and then Max runs away. It's like,
Yeah, they were like 4.5, 5 seconds. They were keeping an eye on it. And then they come on, Max. Lando says he's gonna catch you. And he basically just goes, hold my beer.
yeah.
And then stretch it out to 20 seconds.
Uh, the evolution of Max Verstappen as just an all around personality continues to because it's like early on it was so much just whining and I couldn't take it, but like his evolution of chaos agent and now like almost like instigator is so much fun to watch. And they got in that Lego Cadillac to go with Terry Crews driving to go to the podium, for their celebration or whatever they did. And Max basically instigated Terry Crews into singing a thousand miles from White Chicks. That Max is in the back singing along with him.
Well, Max from even just a couple years ago would not have put on those like Lego sunglasses either.
No, no, it's been a lot of fun watching him evolve as a just not only as a driver but as a personality off the track too. Because it's just
Well, I saw somebody put it on social. Basically, the psychological warfare that he put on Lando Norris in the formation lap.
oh, that was unreal.
If it's true, that is just epic.
For those that missed it, Lando threw a huge fit on the radio during the formation lap, saying that Max was hanging too far back and just
More than 10 car lengths
it,
behind. And
psychologically trying to mess with him.
I guess he got five like tire burnouts. Lando only had three.
And then Lando with that ridiculous dive on the start,
Yeah,
and then
the
goes
late
wide.
block and then overcooks the corner.
Unreal. And
Then
and
Max
then on
goes
top
to
of
yeah.
that, oh, by the way, the race ends. I go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night because I drank too many beers during that broadcast. I wake up at 3 in the morning to go to the bathroom. Both McLaren cars disqualified after failing post race. What? And I
I
like
saw
texted
something
you.
before I went to bed that was like these races results may not be fully official yet. It was like Norris's car has been covered. It's like, oh,
Well, then there was the rumor that came out this week that McLaren was doing something shady for like the last year plus.
it sounds like a lot of teams were using like a plate that when heated up would add a little bit of height and protect the plank.
Yeah,
But
and then they
FIA
got,
caught it.
but it was so far after they started doing it that they kind of went, shh, just take it off. Allegedly,
So we'll
whether that's
see.
true, there's been some people that have disputed that, but I don't know. But
Carlos Sainz was being a detective after the race too, like checking every car.
he's such another great personality too, where they asked him about like the culture at Ferrari and him being able to say what he wants. He's like, I'm not touching that.
As it stands, Lando has a 24-point lead. Max and Oscar are now tied. Which
Just what?
even just a few races ago, Max and Oscar being tied in the points was like nowhere
No, like
on
in
anybody's bingo card.
there was a chart that showed from I want to say it was round 15 to round what are they 22 now or something like that that's done, and it just shows how Max has just completely closed the gap, and it's just unreal.
If Lando scores 2 points more than Max and or Oscar, he wins.
Or if he scores 1 point
After
more and
basically
wins the
after this next
race,
weekend.
yeah. But we've got a sprint race and two races left, and honestly, all the pressure's on them. Yeah, all the
It is.
pressure's on Lando. If he
Max has said he
bottles,
wasn't winning the title since like Belgium. After like race six, he's like, "Yeah, I'm done for the year."
and then he wasn't. Did you imagine that if they miss out on the points in the sprint, Max wins, cuts another 8 points off of
It'd
it?
be what 16 with two Grand Prix to go.
Yeah.
That would be
Ma-
wild.
if he can win out, I don't know if well, like what the if Max wins out the sprint and the two races, which it could happen, may not. What
There's if
what?
he wins and Lando still gets second, all those,
Yeah,
there's
Land.
still going to
Yeah,
be he
sure.
wins by 10 points.
Yeah, he's in the clear, but
But if he gets a DNF or something major goes,
you have a problem.
it
You finish
changes
out on the
everything.
points. I mean, it's just it's not over. Like this is not over.
No,
They're talking about, oh, he needs to do this and this, and he clinches this week. No, it's not over. We're not done
well,
yet. Let's
You
chill.
know, you know that Max has this whole psychological warfare in his mind now
Well,
that
he's got the
he
mental
can
edge. He just goes out and drives.
he goes out and drives like he can.
It's
He knows he can
dangerous.
get in Lando's head
It
and he
is
will do it again.
it is dangerous.
And to have an not angry but an aggressive, determined Max breathing down your neck.
I don't
I
even
don't care
think
what racer you are, I don't want that.
I don't think he needs to even be aggressive. I think he just needs to do what he does.
If he does that, I think if it comes down to it, he will put an aggressive move down. But if he just drives, that is going to be a ton of pressure.
The the thing with Max is like I don't know if you can call him generational yet, but like he's if he sticks around, he's going to be like a generational all-time great, whether he wins this year or not.
Mhm.
But like his aptitude, his like, IQ, racing IQ, I don't know if there's ever been anybody at that level.
Well,
And
and he wants to know what's going on everywhere else.
the videos of him that they started putting up where they give him a pair of headphones and he sits there and he just hears his car on the track and he'll just sit there and like 20 seconds in he goes, Brazil. Just off the sound of the car.
Yeah, knowing your accelerations, your braking, your shifting, it's
And he can
wild.
figure it out in like 20 seconds just off the sound. Like that's just unheard of. Yeah, no one's complaining about Max in the simulator now. How quickly that story went away.
And the Qatar sprint, yeah, it is Qatar, right? Sprint race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Qatar, Qatar,
Qatar.
Qatar, Qatar,
I
Qatar.
think Qatar is the more correct.
I don't
Now,
know.
the other thing to point out too, Oscar Piastri is not in FP1 when they get to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, who's got the seat? Do we know?
I forget who has it, but he has to still give up a seat. So it'll be FP1 at the season finale race.
Yikes. Yeah.
It, so much of it,
What? So
I want to know
ridiculous.
what happened to Oscar to go from just this like
The
ice
burger
cold
curse. The burger
driver
curse.
to just struggling at times.
Have you seen that? The burger curse?
I don't think
So
so.
there was a around the time his cold streak started, a burger chain introduced the Piastri burger, and it
Mm,
basically and it was he was endorsing it like he's on the poster, and it's like a chain in Australia, I guess. Never heard of it. And the Piastri burger, you get a free Piastri burger with like purchase of a drink or whatever, if Oscar finished on the podium. But he hasn't been on the podium since they introduced the offer. And so, like, halfway through that cold streak, they changed it to if Oscar starts the race, you come in tomorrow and you get your free Piastri burger.
man, that's where the questions are rising. Like, is McLaren secretly backing Norris here for a while? I would wonder if when he had to give back a spot because they messed up Norris's pit stop, if
They
that somehow messed him up.
they also had there was a photo taken of Piastri leaving the Las Vegas race on Saturday night, and it was like the meme of the young girl smiling with the house on fire behind her.
Hmm.
It had that same vibe to it, where he's standing
Yeah,
in
I guess he
front of
like left smiling,
yeah, he's
like
like
knowing what
smirking.
was gonna happen.
He's smirking as he's walking out of there, like, "Yep, well, this isn't going to be good."
So
Yikes!
if something crazy happens, Max does end up winning. Is it just he did something that great, or is it going to be a combination that McLaren just had that epic of a meltdown?
I mean, it can be both. I mean, Max had like it wasn't like Max just kind of finished mid pack. Like he's winning races. He's up there. Like they figured something out, at least with his car.
Yeah. The second Red Bull is, I think, a bulldozer.
I mean, I think they're both bulldozers. I think Max just knows how to drive it better. Yep. So the sprint
I
is
think I've
Saturday
heard
morning.
Albon say that that thing is set up on such a fine line that Max is basically the only one that can drive it. Then as the season goes along, it just gets that much finer.
The finale. Yep. Oof. That's a 6 a.m. start for the finale. Question is for Abu Dhabi, do I wake up for 6 a.m.? I guess it'll depend on what happens this weekend. This one's a
I
little
mean,
bit
it
later of a
depends
start.
on the penultimate race.
I mean, if this is like, hey, Lando clinched it, no, I'm not getting up.
No,
But if this is like, Max is neck and neck, and he finishes 2 spots out of Lando, I'm like, okay,
I
maybe.
called this a while ago that Formula One is going to find a way to make this go down to Abu Dhabi. There's going to be too much money involved. There's going to be too many cameras for them to not let that happen. If somebody clinches, then it's going to drastically take things away.
Yep.
That
Yes,
you have a
indeed.
three-horse battle going in and essentially a winner take all. There's going to be so much hype behind that
And you've
and
got
so much money coming through that they can't afford to not do that.
no.
Which I
Oh
hate to
man.
say, but it's sports, it's entertainment, and money's talks,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just hopefully,
unfortunately.
hopefully they don't do something stupid where it's just like really. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. So we've got 2 weekends of Formula One left, and then I don't know what to do with myself on the week. I mean, I already struggle. I started coding because I'm so bored, with my week. It's just. But hey, I got a season finale in. We'll be back probably late January ish. Wait, what do we target? Around the start of the NASCAR season ish.
Yeah, I think last year we were maybe that like week before going into the, was it the All-Star race or the, not the All-Star, but
The
the Bowman
Clash.
Gray, the Clash, the first one. It was either that or going into the Daytona duels.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Whatever. But it's like this is our fourth season of doing this. It'll be yeah, so 20 we started this in what, June of 2022,
Yeah, more or less.
and we're continuing on. It's like, yeah, we were gone for a month, but life happens. You moved, newborn,
And the move,
stuff
newborn, need to get a studio set up. There's lots of things
stuff
going on.
stuff happens, life happens, but it's just like, look, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. Like this is not the end of the show, but hell no, it's not the end of the show.
No, this is just season finale right
Yeah,
here. We will be back, probably dumber than ever next year.
back and dumber than ever. That's fun. It's like,
Oh man, maybe that should be the show goes new
well,
thing.
in the old Mike and
Maybe the
Mike,
preview episode.
the old Mike and Mike show on ESPN, there was like back and better than ever. Greeny would always like say that when he introduced the show, and it's like we're back and dumber than ever.
I can't use it then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also mad because Mike Greenberg stole my autobiography title. His book is called "My Wife Thinks I'm an Idiot." I'm like, yeah.
I've been reading my book.
Have you read it?
I don't have too much left, and it's been a little bit now, as it's packed somewhere, and I don't know where. But
You'll find
overall,
it someday.
overall, it's actually a pretty good book.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's worth reading through.
I still my whole opinion. I mean, my opinion on Joe Buck was never that bad. Like a lot of people give him a lot of crap, and the nepotism, and he sucks, and but it's like honestly, like this is like one of the best books I've ever read. Best like autobiographies I've ever read, and it's really funny. He knows he's. I mean, the book's called Lucky Bastard. Like, Tell you that right there. He knows he's in the spot where he is because of who his father was. And um he makes fun of himself a lot. He talks about his the hair plug addiction that he had. He almost had lost his voice after one of the surgeries, and the book kicks off with a story of he's on the air and has to go to the bathroom, but he's at the old the only Milwaukee County Stadium doing it when the Packers would play down there in Milwaukee once a year back in the 90s before they closed that place. And it's like he wasn't gonna, the commercials weren't long enough to get to the bathroom, so he had to hold it till halftime and didn't make it. But I'm not gonna ruin it. But the resolution to the story is probably one of the funniest things I've ever read, and I don't think I've ever laughed out loud on like page two of a book before. I mean it was really funny. But honestly, this book is like 10 years old now. It's like I think he's at a point where he could write a part two.
Oh,
And I
that's
would read
fun.
it too because it was really good. I really enjoyed it. All right, so we are going to wrap for 2025. Give you an hour, like an hour 15 now. Wow. Uh,
If we were more professional, we would cut it into like a 2 minute highlight clip, but we don't have that.
just pretend that the highlight clip was right now, and it's
Just
fine.
remember, I've almost fallen out of my chair several times this year.
You did. You've
We've
recorded
drank a
in.
lot.
You recorded outside. You recorded what looked like you were in a cave because you had to keep the lights off so you didn't wake up your newborn.
Yep, it's been a year, but like we've said, got a project coming along probably in the next month or so that we're excited about. Um, got a couple things coming with Garage Talk, so I'm excited about those. Those will be coming out here when we debut our season premiere in 2026. We
I
got
almost
some new tracks coming up on our racing series. Schedules will be coming out here this weekend for our next season.
Yes, we got a lot of stuff.
Lots of things coming up. So even though we haven't been with you week to week here on the podcast, we've been busy behind the scenes trying to do more and be better and hopefully dig ourselves out of being idiots.
I'm looking back. I just pulled up the statistics, and like people are still listening to the old episodes. It's like they're going back and binging the old episodes because we have a new one. And then I'm scrolling through and seeing what episodes people are listening to, and I see the one. The episode was called "The Japanese Grand Prix Was Boring," and DJ broke his foot. I'm like, oh yeah, I did break my foot this year. I forgot about that already. Oh man.
So thank you to everybody who keeps tuning in week to week. We like doing this, so hopefully we can
Yeah,
share our insights on different things. We're just two guys that watch races and give our take on what we see
and drink brewskis in the process.
and drink, unless we're at 5 a.m.
Yeah, let's drink coffee then.
Yeah. But thank you to everybody that keeps tuning in. Share it, keep listening. We're excited for
Got
2026.
a lot on our plate.
So thank you, thank you, thank you all so much.
Yep. Hit that subscribe button before you go, and we'll see you. The next time you'll see us again probably will be on January 7th for the season premiere of Wednesday Night Dash on Stadium Scene TV from Chicagoland Speedway. Woo!
So we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Be safe on Black Friday. Have a great Christmas and a happy new year. We will see you in 2026.
Be sure to follow us at FR Racing Online on all socials. Hit subscribe before you go. Thanks for watching.
Take care.